From the Canopy is brought to you by Brooklyn's own Indians and Robbers Apparel and Art.
Hey folks, man, this is Cory and we're back with another From the Canopy podcast, and this is the Movie Massacre. This is actually the first official real movie massacre of 2021, man. And this is a podcast about film, dude, by way of news, trailers, and reviews. And I'm joined as always, we got my co-host, we got Bobby Blockbuster.
Yo.
And we got Cornelius, aka Evil Corny.
Hello.
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
Yo.
There we go. That sounds right. Everything's good. I'm proud to announce I am part of the air fryer gang now. So,
Air Fryer Nation.
Bang bang. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start eating healthy and a whole lot of it. So
That's because you got an air fryer. Don't mean you go eat healthy.
Yeah, I don't know if it automatically means healthy.
I don't know, but it feels better.
It just means you can get some shit cooked.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can cut down on the oil that you use, other ways of cooking, but yeah, that's going to have to be a proactive choice to eat healthy with that shit, because it's not automatic.
Oh well, it's better than deep frying.
Yeah, but also would like to point out we got a new president and vice president, and I'm rather happy of that. There was a pretty cool little ceremony that happened in DC today. I was watching this on the news earlier, and some things happened. So actually today is pretty good so far, man. It's been pretty good. We're gonna forego our normal news and trailers today because we're kind of backlogged. We took the time off to give you guys our favorite films of 2020 episodes, so we skipped some news and some trailers. So we're actually backed up on movies. So today is just gonna be jam-packed with movie reviews. I think we each got about 3 of them, and I guess we can just get right into it, man. We're going to even skip this day in film history because I just remembered that I didn't even look shit up for that.
Corey.
Honesty is the best.
Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all something funny though, right? So this is how crazy, like how many podcasts I've been doing. I did the Bars edition, favorite albums of 2021, and when I did the intro for that, I was like, yeah, welcome to the Bars edition. We're here to talk about film by way of news, trailers, and reviews. But that's the music podcast. And I didn't even catch it, and I caught it when I was editing it later, man. But let's get into these reviews, man. We got a lot of stuff, especially some stuff I think you folks want to hear us talk about. Who wants to set it off, man?
Fuck it. I'll go.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
Okay.
Foster's Australian for set it off. So first one I got is a film called Let Him Go. It was given to us on November 6th, 2020. And this is actually, I guess it falls under the Western category. So that's a bit out of my wheelhouse, but I was presently pleased with this one. It stars Kevin Costner, Diane Lane, and Jeffrey Donovan. And pretty much Kevin Costner and Diane Lane, they're, like little farm, got a little farmhouse thing going on, and it's following the loss of their son. And his wife was living with them, and they had a little grandbaby going on. And Kevin Costner and his wife, they find out that the wife is getting remarried to somebody, and he's kind of like I don't know, unsavory.
A piece of shit.
Yeah, unsavory. What I'm saying? A piece of shit. Whatever you want to call him.
I don't know you guys, but they call me right.
Yeah. And he's not choice pickings. You know what I mean? And so Diane Lane's character, she takes it upon herself to say, hey man, we got to go get our grandbaby because they're not doing right by him, because she's seen some things transpire in a parking lot that just it didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? Not just for the kid, but for the woman. And they go into like the sticks of the Dakotas area, like I guess deep in Dakota, and these motherfuckers are like living under the grid, and they just, I don't know what kind of pool they have out there in the woods, but nobody's fucking with them. And they come there and they're trying to get their grandbaby back, and it just kind of it gives you that. That's pretty much as far as the synopsis goes, that's pretty much in a nutshell what you're getting. But it was good. I liked it. It was tense. You know what I mean? Like it didn't really have a whole lot of highs and lows. There were certain things that were happening where you're just like, damn, But it was one of those, it was like subtly on the edge of my seat, you know what I mean, the whole time, you know what I mean, like I'm watching it like, damn, what's gonna happen next?
More like a family drama or like a crime drama?
I would say,
was that 2 dams and 3 fucks, or 1 dam and 2 fucks?
I don't know. It could have been both at one time. but I would say it's more like a family drama in a sense, just because of the concept of the film. But they actually have it labeled as a Western thriller. So honestly, I think they only say it's Western because they have a farmhouse and they got, she's got dealings with like horses and stuff, but that doesn't make it, a Western. But all in all, like I said, it moves at a good pace. It gives you a little under 2 hours, and it flows right through. You get your hero-esque element, you get your family vibes, you get your scumbag element, and it just kind of it opened up my eyes a little bit to how things happen in different areas. You know what I mean? Like when you get more into those like really rural areas, and like a little Fargo kind of. Yes, it was Fargo-esque, definitely.
That's what I hadn't seen this before, but the trailer kind of reminded me of like History of Violence.
Yes, but History of Violence, I feel, was a little more high-powered, a little more impactful. This one was a slower pace, but still equally moved at a like for what it was bringing to the table. It was good. There were a couple cringing scenes. I was like, damn, it's kind of fucked up, and it's kind of rough to see. Like these are grandparents. They're just trying to do right by the grandbaby, and they out there trying to mix it up with with some other folks. They probably shouldn't be doing that. They should just be chilling and enjoying whatever people do in their 60s. Just chilling out. They have farms and horses and shit. They should just be doing that. But they got pulled into the thick of it, and it was, like I said, it was entertaining. It's not one I would go back to repeatedly, but it's definitely an enjoyable one-time watch.
Have they put out Oscar nominations yet? I feel like this one was definitely getting Oscar buzz, maybe a month or so ago as it started to roll out. But I'll definitely check it out. I hear there was some good performances.
I thought it was real interesting that they had the Kents from Man of Steel. That was Dan Lane and Kevin Costner. And it was kind of like they were on a farm or whatever. I thought that was kind of, kind of neat.
Yeah, like I said, all in all, I was entertained. It's one of those ones where you don't go back to it, for like a wow factor. It's just kind of like it's gritty. Almost like like the same as like No Country for Old Men. That's not one I would go back to multiple times, but it was very impactful for the time that I did watch it. I was like, man, shit, and it's just something about when you get into those like wooded areas and all that fucking farm and field and shit, and then people out there throwing their weight around like that. I was like, damn, you can get away with anything out there. These motherfuckers, how do they do that?
Don't you get any ideas, Bob?
I am looking for a house, so
I hear that. Shit. You want to go next, Corny, or?
Yeah, my first film is it's actually on Shudder. It's called Hunted. It's a film by Vincent Pronard, and this film is from Belgium. What's happening in this? There's no real stars in it at all. But the main character is Lucy DeBay. What's happening in this film is this woman's like out for a business trip, and these two guys pretty much kidnap her and are going to take her out in the woods, and really not really the woods. They were just going to take her off and abuse her or whatever, murder her. They were going around videotaping some things with other women, and she was going to be the latest victim, but nature kind of somewhat intervenes, and she was able to fight them off. Overall, this is the type of film that, type of horror film that, is real scary to me, because you have nut jobs out there that, would kidnap a woman or, abuse women, and, really
do
just
this
anybody.
shit, yeah.
This shit is really done. But overall, I loved it. It was a bunch of good turns. Main bad guy was like,
did a koala bear flip the car over?
No, that was a boar.
Okay, and not for nothing, I just need to ask. I don't want to play spoiler, but I did watch the trailer. Is there a point where she gets the Braveheart blue face going on when she starts crying? Because I saw
it doesn't happen intentionally, but they are in the woods, and a lot of stuff is happening in the woods. Like they come across some, might be some people paintball,
Okay,
do a paintball game. And,
I saw the blue face, and I instantly thought Braveheart. I was like, oh, she's about to start going ham.
Yeah.
It's a little spit on your grave-ish, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of. But I thought it was good. It kind of reminded me of High Tension also, because it was High Tension was a completely different type of film. But overall, I just thought it was.
Look at that. That's Braveheart. You see that face right there?
Yeah, that's wild, dude. All right, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I think this one showed up on. I think it's available for rental right now.
It is on Shudder.
Rental. Oh, it's Shudder. Okay,
it's on Shudder.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I might have to reactivate my Shudder. I wait till shit piles up on there, and then I go in and binge.
Yeah,
I vote you should.
I posted it in our Facebook group, but they're pretty much having new films like once a month now. Yeah. Every couple of weeks. Yeah.
You got like a special where they've got a bunch coming out.
Yeah, and our friend Dane in Australia actually saw this in a horror festival a couple months ago, and he suggested, it as a watch. But overall, I really enjoyed this film, and this is what I kind of consider being real horror. It's nothing supernatural; it's just crazy people, just out there.
Quick question: Is it one you can go back to? Because like there are certain films that like follow this genre that are very hard to watch. Like I Spit on Your Grave, or certain ones. It's like one.
It doesn't get that dark, so you might be able to watch it a couple more times.
Okay.
Yeah, I Spit on Your Grave is just, to me, it's kind of
that's definitely a little bit leaning too extra into the exploitation aspect of it.
Yeah, once is enough. It's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Get them
and
back.
Same thing with like the film, the Strangers. The Strangers scared the hell out of me, but that's nothing I had to go back to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's nothing I had to go back to, even though it wasn't as bad as that as I Spit on Your Grave. But it's just
probably one of the worst. Yeah. The only other one I can think of that follows that same bracket is this film called Chaos, and I watched that one time. I had to pause it halfway through, and I was like, man. Just let me get.
I was curious, but I wasn't.
Let me get through it, please, and just,
But the kidnapping genre is like one type of that shit that scares the hell out of me. And home invasion stuff.
Ain't nobody gonna take you.
I know they're out there. I know, but it's you never know. You never know what's out there.
That's true. No, there are some sick people in the world, man. That's very true.
Oh,
very true.
Nobody's taking me.
my first film of this episode. We had some shit happen since the last time we came here. Christmas Day release, Wonder Woman 1984, and this is the sequel to the original Wonder Woman film that came out, a couple years before that. And I guess it jumps forward in time a little bit. The original one was kind of what was that, World War One-ish?
Yeah.
So this one, 1984. We pick up Wonder Woman. Apparently, she lives a long time, doesn't age much, and she's laying low in DC. She's hanging out there, and what ends up happening, we get this element that's kind of introduced. I'm not even sure where this fragment came from, dude. I can't remember where the fuck this shit came from.
Yeah,
But
right.
apparently it's a stone that grants wishes, you know, and then a bad guy, you know, from this time played by Pedro Pascal. He's kind of one of these it's kind of funny because he's like the one of these motivational speaker type dudes. I forgot the guy who's the big dude that does that shit.
Osteen.
Yeah, kind of Osteen, but there was another guy before that too. The Tim, was it Timothy, or I can't remember. But anyway, you know, he catches wind of this, and you know, he starts fucking around with it. He figures he can make these wishes and make things happen. But and then the story goes from there, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and as well as kind of interesting, you know, I believe, you know, Wonder Woman gets you know, in proximity with this, and she has some thoughts and wishes. We get a man coming back, Steve Trevor
Yeah.
from you know, the original film, who died, but he's kind of brought back in a way. And I don't know, man. I'm probably doing a bad job describing this, but I kind of feel like this film itself did a bad job telling its own story.
Preach.
I've had some time to sit on it too, man. So I'm probably going to be nicer to it than I was when I initially saw it. But I was kind of underwhelmed, you know, just overall with this effort, man. I know Patty Jenkins had a little bit more influence in the script this time, and it was just baffling decisions that were made in this film, man. I feel like you know, considering, you know, how we were introduced to this character of Wonder Woman, this was kind of a step back from that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a regression in a lot of aspects, kind of all the way around, you know, like it's hard to remember the villain's motivation in the last film, but I feel like in this one it's just even worse. Like it's all over the place. You know, we got a great actor who is Pedro Pascal, and he's even struggling to, you know, manifest this character and make him memorable. We do get Kristen Wiig show up as a cheetah, who I thought was great, you know, and I feel like both of these actors that I just spoke of, they did the best they could with the material. I feel like it was the material itself that failed them, because I did love Kristen Wiig, you know, her scenes and her characterization of the cheetah, but ultimately it just feels like it was underwritten, you know what I'm saying? And another aspect that bothered me about it was just that you know, they did a good job, you know, tapping into the 80s nostalgia, but even that was kind of just on a surface level. But you know, going into other aspects, like the action scenes, like this thing has a really great opening, and to me, that was the closest to the previous Wonder Woman film that we get in this film. Watching her as a young Diana learning a tough lesson, you know, about, you know, cheating and effort and all that, which was really great. This thing opens up really great, and then after that it just kind of quickly goes downhill and never really captured that excitement for me. You know, I felt like the action scenes were really undercooked and just kind of silly compared to what we got in the previous film. And Wonder Woman is a warrior, dude. Like, I put her up there with Winter Soldier as far as fighting ability, if we talking about these comic book films, and they don't tap into any of that, you know, in this you know, in this sequel film. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching her swing around similar to Spider-Man. It's I was underwhelmed, man, like, honestly. And I did see people who were enjoying it, and I guess if this is what you wanted, going from that first film into this, I mean, it's kind of like people that are just happy just to see moving pictures, you know. And I'm just like, all right, I can't. I mean, if that's all it takes for you, then I'm gonna just back off. You're not gonna, you know, listen to any of my criticisms, and it's not gonna matter to you. But yeah, I just felt, you know, just underwhelmed. Like, if I had to actually go into the theater and sit this one out, I definitely would have been like really even more disappointed. Yeah. It also runs a little bit too long, in my opinion, dude. It's just like, I'm looking at the clock, yo, like damn, we got a whole nother hour left of this, and it just, I was underwhelmed.
And not just does it run a little long, there's a lot of dialogue. It seems like, you know, like you said, where they fall short in action scenes and giving us what we would expect to see in a superhero film, they compensate that with a lot of fucking talking. It's aimless conversation too. It's meaningless. It doesn't really
give you much more to the plot of because the plot itself really isn't that complicated,
right?
Dude.
It's simple.
Yeah,
you know. So like, you know, for instance, like when she first meets back up with the dude, it's like a 20-minute sequence of them just kind of cruising through DC and just having,
which could have been funny. Some of that was funny. Him being the fish out of water,
right?
You know, and
but it also could have been, you know, 15 minutes less, and you still get the same.
Or we could have just left that motherfucker out
just
entirely.
left it out. You see what I'm saying?
like it's crazy to me. So here's my problem too. You got, you know, Patty Jenkins, a woman, and one of the biggest complaints about these films sometimes is, why does the hero have to have a love interest? You know, that's a big complaint when it's a male protagonist, and then they kind of loop back around and put Wonder Woman in the same predicament. It just really felt really cheap to me, dude. Like, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
and it's not the worst superhero film that I've seen. It's just ultimately, like I said, I'm just disappointing, man. You know, like just with the stuff that they built up coming into this, I was kind of. You know, in my head I was like, you know, I kind of feel like the Snyder cut is unnecessary, and I was like, now watch, after Wonder Woman 84 comes out and is great, then they're going to kill that momentum with the Snyder cut. Well, sadly to me, Wonder Woman 84 wasn't great.
No, it was not.
so it's like shit.
No, it was not. It's easily forgettable.
And I was really rooting for this film, man. I really loved the first one, and I just feel like you did drop the ball. And I don't know what was going on, and maybe it could be a little bit on Patty Jenkins, because she directed the hell out of the original film. I think she did a great job, but then when you gave her a little bit more control, it seems like she hasn't shown that she deserves that and can handle that. You know,
right?
like yeah, maybe pull it back a little bit. You made us a lot of money, and of course that's what's supposed to happen. She did a great job in the first one. It's a $1 billion movie. Of course, give her more control and give her more, but she kind of showed that maybe she wasn't quite ready for that, man. And this film, I feel like it suffers because of it. You know, you got so many ingredients that on paper this thing should be like an easy, easy. You know,
be a swish, especially in the lack of major motion picture that we got last year. I mean, you would think the amount of money, time, investment. I mean, didn't this one get pulled back a couple times because they wanted to retweak and then make everything?
No, it wasn't a retweak at all on that. They just held it back like twice.
That should have been
it wasn't a retweet it.
They should have watched it in the film room a couple more times and thought about retweaking.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan, man. I don't know. And even with that, man, if I'm going to rate it, I'm probably going to say, you know, maybe a 2.5. You know,
respectfully.
It's been.
Overall, I watched it, but it was a lot of people liked it way more than I did, but I didn't think it was a completely horrible film. But I probably had to rewatch it. I might not. I don't know.
I'm not going to rewatch it. That's where I'm at with it, dude. Like, I've seen all it had to offer, man, and the idea of sitting through that again, it just does not sound very exciting, dude.
I actually had to watch it in 2 different parts. Like the first time I tried to watch it, I watched it with the wrong company, and they I was like, well, I'm not gonna convince myself that the movie sucks because my company did. So I tried to rewatch it. Flying solo, and I still had the same feelings. I was like, fuck. The coolest part is the first 20 minutes, like you said, when she's running the gauntlet as a little child.
Really well done. You know,
that was great. That was amazing. It was very visually appealing, but everything else just kind of starts to smoke and mirrors, man.
It's that watching films with people. Overall, I got to where, especially during quarantine, I don't think I could sit down and watch a film with a group of people, or just be I don't know. I'm serious. So
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, I just don't see myself being around. Like, I think I'd probably freak out now if I was in the audience with in the audience in the theater and just people being around.
I was definitely not in the theater. I was in the comfort of my home, but
you get spaghetti.
No spaghetti no more. Fuck this spaghetti.
So what you got next, man? What's your
So my next film is called Hunter x Hunter, and this one,
a lot of hunting going on this
no man, that's what I'm saying.
Episode.
But this film was really, really cool. It's a IFC midnight, so anything IFC related always kind of catches my attention out the gate. and pretty much this one it revolves around a survivalist family, and the main character played by Devon Sawa. A lot of people remember him from like, you know, your Final Destination, or he was one of those teenage actors, and then fell off from film for a little while. But pretty much he's a fur trapper, and he leaves his wife and his daughter behind in their, you know, log cabin out in the woods to chase down a rogue wolf in the remote wilderness that apparently kind of stalked their land.
So it's like fucking up their traps
prior,
and shit.
yeah. So it's like kind of like eating their little animals and fucking their traps up and just causing chaos. And apparently the season before, this thing came around and really fucked shit up. And, you know, so he sets out to get this wolf, and things kind of transpire from there. And it's really more about how the wife and the daughter are going to make it through without their protector out there with this wolf still kind of stalking the grounds. This was a very, very tense film. It was very it was suspenseful, edge of your seat the whole time. I mean, it's very, very fast paced, and I think that they captured that survivalist mentality, like that lifestyle. I wouldn't know what it would be like to live out there in the woods, you know what I'm saying, and make, you know, ropes out of fucking twigs and all that other stuff that they do. But this one, it seemed like they were pretty, you know, spot on with capturing what it would take to live that kind of a lifestyle. Just I guess in a simple live off the land kind of lifestyle. The acting was fucking amazing, and without, you know, there's so much I want to say about this film, but I can't, because I don't want to, you know, open up any unnecessary cans. People need to watch this and really enjoy it as it comes. But man, I love the last phase of this film. The last, you know, 30% of this film. It, like, the tension that builds, and then, you know, everything that they give you, and then the way it all just kind of, it's like, you know, when you ride that roller coaster, you go all the way up and then you see before you go down, and there's nothing you can do. You just kind of got to take it as it comes and enjoy the ride. And this film did a great job at doing that. It was like the build up was so fucking cool. And then just, wow, I mean, my jaw was dropped. I was like, dude, is this fucking really happening right now? This shit is really happening like this, you know what I'm saying? So shout to the director, Sean Linden. I don't know anything else that they've done, but this one was a very, very, very good film, you know what I'm saying? It was just impactful, to say the least.
All right, that's what's up. What you got, Corny?
My next film is Locked Down. This is on HBO Max. It stars Anne Hathaway and Cherwell Ejiofor.
My man Chewy.
Yeah.
Chew Patel.
Calm down, fella. Calm down.
I love that dude, man. He's cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. This
You're talking about, like, y'all know, make sure
hey, that's my dog, man. You know.
Yeah, it's like, the first time I remember seeing him on anything, it was
owe me $5.
First time I remember seeing him on film, he was on the film Serenity, for
Firefly, right?
Yeah, Firefly.
I didn't know he was, I gotta go back and watch that.
He was the guy that was hunting them.
Oh,
they call
the ones I throw on and I never finished, dude. Like, I'll get.
Yeah, he was the operative or whatever that Josh Whedon was calling him. Overall, he's a badass in that film, and you kind of see him like in and out of different types of films. He's in Doctor Strange. He was in Inside Man as
he's good, man.
The film sidekick,
like anything.
But in this film, it happens during quarantine in the UK. Cherwell and Anne Hathaway are a couple that's about to separate. and she works at a department store. He might be like a driver at one point, a van driver, a delivery driver at one point. And they're both like stuck in the house for quarantine. And this company that Anne Hathaway works for is pretty much shutting its doors and putting a lot of their inventory in storage. And kind of they might be donating like food and stuff, but that's not really important. But just because she had to fire a lot of people that online, that a lot of stuff's going on.
That was a wild scene.
Yeah, it was kind of real messed up. But she and her ex pretty much kind of decide on doing a bit of a heist of these diamonds. Overall, I love the film. It was nice to see on HBO Max. Came out a couple days ago. But overall, I like this film. Belt Lyman also directed this, and I think that he might have done the first Bourne film. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this too.
Bourne Identity. Yeah,
I enjoyed the story. I did feel like it probably ran a little bit long. They could have probably trimmed it out a little bit, but it is really cool watching this thing because like you said, the only reason they're still together is because of the quarantine. They're stuck.
Yeah.
So they gotta they're not really together. Like you said, they're on the rocks, but the quarantine is forcing them to live together, and then you see how it kind of develops into this kind of this heist thing. But there were some really entertaining scenes. I mean, they're both good enough actors where you're watching this thing unfold. Like I said, even though I feel like they took a little bit of too much time with some of this stuff, but they're so good.
It's a lot of stuff having to do with their relationship too.
Yeah,
it wasn't like it was a complete like heist film.
But they're so good that you sit there and watch them perform and watch this play out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're so good, at playing this role. And I could recommend it too, man. It's on HBO Max. I think I watched it maybe today. Yeah, I think I watched it Sunday. You know what I'm saying? After I watched a football game in the morning, then in the afternoon I just threw it on, and I was like, all right, it's pretty cool. Especially toward the end too, man, because there's a point where they're kind of going into the the place of business to pull this thing off, and there's a couple tense scenes where
very tense
to like fall apart, and you're just like, oh shit, what the fuck, like it's one of them kind of things, but yeah, I enjoyed it too, man. Definitely. So shit, my next one, this is probably I think we all saw this one and we all enjoyed it a lot. Also on Christmas Day, Soul,
Santa Claus the movie.
I love that too though. But this is Dudley Moore, right? They had the flying candy canes. But anyway, Soul premiered on Disney Plus, Pixar's latest film. And it involves a jazz musician. He's a teacher, but he's also kind of getting up there in age, and he's looking for his break, to break out into the music career. And he actually finally gets a shot, with with an artist, becoming part of her band, and he auditions, and this is going to kind of be his big thing. And then and it's crazy because as soon as he gets this big break, he's done. He's dead. He's not paying attention. He's so happy celebrating, walking down the street. He walks into a manhole cover, and boom, he's in the afterlife. And he's supposed to be going up to, I guess, heaven, or to get his, figure out. I guess he made it to heaven, but as he's standing in line with the other souls that are, waiting to get accepted in, he freaks out. He's like, yo, I'm not supposed to be here. I didn't get to do what the fuck I needed to do. I mean,
I just got my shot.
Yeah, not considering that everyone else is in line too, and they probably were taken before they felt like it was their time. Mm-hmm. And he skips the line, and it goes on from there, man. This film is definitely dealing with the afterlife, and it's interesting because he actually makes it back into the real world, you know what I'm saying? And you realize that like I mean, one thing about this film that stands out a lot is his main thing is what he wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, versus what he should be
accomplished.
Yeah. So in his whole mind, he was put on Earth to be this star musician, but maybe that's really not your purpose. What you want, is probably not going to be, your actual purpose. You know what I'm saying? And it goes from there, man. Because what ends up happening, he does get back to Earth, but it's kind of not in the way that he is. One of them things where you make a wish and you get the wish granted, but it's not how you envision the wish to be granted. So. But without spoiling everything, but it does a great job of playing with this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And just addressing, the afterlife. I feel like, as far as a Pixar film, this thing definitely feels like it was made more for an adult audience, versus the kids. Because I feel like with most Pixar stuff, they are aiming right at the kids, but
I think they always
can enjoy it. I think
it's always they're always set up for like a Universal type deal. But you get it's
but
mostly,
this one definitely feels like it's more leaning toward us.
The only reason why they can spin it as a children's film is because it's animated.
Yeah, that's it.
Outside of that, I mean, conceptually and the magnitude of this film, what they are talking about, this is not like these are things that 30-plusers think about. I mean, you're gonna be, if you watching this with young kids, you're gonna be explaining a lot of shit. You're gonna have some questions, and you're gonna be It wasn't. That's why I said that. It's not that and I don't think it blatantly went out of the way. But this definitely skews more toward. This is a lesson for us, to be honest. It did it tastefully. I mean, this is one of those ones where if the Rona was never happening, and your kids say, "Hey, take me to go see Soul." You're gonna walk out of the theater feeling like good, like, man, that was a good film. It wasn't just like watching SpongeBob, XYZ or whatever. And no shade on them. I mean, to each his own. But like
it's actually SpongeBob SquarePants instead of XYZ. That's not his name.
well, we got other characters too. Shrimpy, Krabby. I'm just making.
Krabby Patty.
Yeah, but the point is, man, like the theme itself is that's this beyond kid shit, man.
It's very adult like,
definitely
in nature, but it does it in a way where it's almost like where. How like on normally you'll get like a children's film that throws in adult humor to make it entertaining to the adults watching. This one almost kind of felt reverse, where it was like an adult theme that threw in, childlike elements at times to make sure that the children were still enjoying it as well. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the one, I don't think it's. It's just been out for a while now. Like we're probably a month past the premiere date, but. The part that got me is when he gets the second chance and he comes back and you're like, oh, well, it's like, all right, I want to get a second shot because his character's in the hospital. I was like, all right, we're gonna send you back, bro. Try to correct this shit, and maybe it wasn't your time, and maybe you get a do-over. But he comes back as a cat. You know what I'm saying? And it's really crazy, like how they're playing around with these themes, and even in that, he's not getting what he wanted. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And
shit. Like I said, the themes are so adult like, you know what I mean? Where like I mean, this man, he put all this energy into thinking, or that thought of, oh, I am just supposed to be this because this is what I wanted.
It's my destiny.
I wanted. It has to be this way. It's all or nothing. And then when he kind of reaches that and touches on it, he still feels unsatisfied. So it,
that was such a powerful scene.
Like, fuck,
and I saw it happening before he even knew it. I was like, man,
like it's like it kind of just gives you that life still goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you okay? You got to drink from the golden cup. Do you feel any different? No. You know what I'm saying? You did what you thought your purpose was. You did what you thought you were supposed to do, and you still feel the same. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna wake up tomorrow and still just be you. Like dude, it's heavy. It was a heavy ass cartoon to watch.
You could watch this simply and just take it for straightforward what it is, but this thing has a lot of depth. And even as you're talking about it now, I'm like, man, I haven't watched this again yet. Why not? Because it's definitely one of those things that is, you can look at it as how it was presented, but subsequent watches, you're going to start picking up on more shit and be like, yo, and that's the thing that I got, from the people reacting as they were watching this. I mean, the animation is impeccable because they split time between this underworld, which seems to be a little simpler by design, but if you really break it down, even that is a great achievement for what they did with the character design of that stuff, as well as him being back on the earth level where you're looking at the cities, the people. That barbershop scene was just amazing, man. Donnell Rollins, voicing the barber, his barber, and like it's just really powerful shit going on here, man. This is definitely and I think you were even talking about it, and I'm probably kicking myself because I thought one of you guys would have definitely put it on a list, but I think it came out.
I mentioned it last week. One that I missed off.
Yeah, it came so close to at the time that we were making our list that we didn't, but.
I think it would have been on all of our lists, honestly, had we seen it before we did the show. I know it definitely would have been on mine.
Yeah. It was definitely, man. This shit was a really highlight for 2020, man. It's a powerful film.
Yes,
and it's just amazing too that they just dropped that straight to Disney Plus. Like boom. But that's it. go watch Soul, man, because that film definitely had.
I've already got it in twice, man. So twice.
Yeah.
Once with my daughter, and I had to watch it flying solo before I went to work one day. I was like, man,
it's a great film.
It hits heavy. So.
It's a great film. So what you got next?
All right. Well, on a lighter note, I have a film that is not as good as Soul. It's called From the Depths, and it's
from the depths of the sea.
Yeah,
back to the block.
You know what I'm saying? But this one. Okay, it gets an A for effort. You know what I mean? For me, it's not a bad film. It's just it's not as advertised. You know what I mean? Like pretty much, it surrounds this woman who is a survivor from a shark attack, and she's plagued by these nightmares of being, stalked by this shark, and then she starts having visions of the other two people who were taken out during the shark attack, which one was her boyfriend, one was her sister. And all in all, it just kind of seemed like it pulled a lot of the keynotes out of like the American Werewolf of London. When you know what I'm saying, where my man started seeing the visions of the people that were attacked by the wolf. And that's kind of really what it felt like to me. And
I'm looking at this trailer, and this shark is showing up everywhere,
dude. And that's the thing. Like I think that had they not done it the way they did it, you could kind of take it a little more serious. Like there are parts where she's having the dreams and it does look a little creepy, but then there's other parts where she's walking through her house in the middle of the day, and next thing you know, there's a shark in her hallway.
There's shark is everywhere. I'm like, see, open the cabinet, there's a shark.
So, I mean, there's one part where there's like a little puddle in the sidewalk, and the shark comes out of the puddle and eats the guy that's cutting the grass. I mean, it's like some of that shit. Come on now, we're reaching.
Should have stayed down in the depths.
Was she like a were shark or something? What was going on with it? Why are they?
No, it was like it looked like a
they
great white.
Legitimately, like the images that she's seeing of these sharks. I guess that's supposed to represent her PTSD. Yeah, but it's comical. Like the way I'm looking at this trailer play out.
It was funny. I laughed. Like I said, the one part where she fucking opens her closet, there's a shark in her closet. There's a shark in her hallway. I'm like, God damn, this fucking shark's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker don't even need water. You know what I'm saying? He's just there. It was hard to take this film serious.
Yeah, it looks. I'm looking at this trailer now, and I'm like, yo.
But that's in the fucking trailer. He's like creeping through the fucking hallway. Like, are you kidding me now? But when I watched the trailer, I thought that it would be, kind of cool to see this kind of approach on a shark film. Normally, we get, the stuck in the water.
Hold up, you saw this trailer and you still watched it?
And I still watched it. Yes, I still watched it, dude, with a smile on my face. That's what I'm saying. Like the trailer pulled me in enough to say, man, I'm gonna need to go get me those two 10-piece chicken nuggets for $6 and just have me a good time. Get a couple Fosters and it was it was, like I said, this is not a good film. This is not one that you go run out to see by any means.
Jumped on a grenade.
But if you don't have anything else going on and you just want some laughs, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it to get a chuckle. You know what I mean? If you can't find anything else meaningful to watch, you know what I mean? But all in all, I feel like it's very misleading as a whole, because it's a shark film that's not really about sharks at all, minus the one in the hallway that you keep seeing. But A for effort, From the Depths. I won't own it. I never watch it again, but it makes me laugh talking about it. So I guess that's something.
Hey, that's what's up, man. So shit, it's back on me or Corny?
No, it's me.
Oh,
It's
Corny,
me.
yep.
You got, man.
My next film is Promising Young Woman. This film stars Carey Mulligan, and Alison Brie. What's happening in this film is Mulligan plays a former med school student, and her best friend was kind of part of like some kind of sex. It was kind of like a sex tape where she was kind of used by it was kind of like sexual assault, and they some of the other students kind of used her as used it as a sex tape or whatever, and that traumatized her, and she's pretty much in her life. But Mulligan is pretty much in this film setting revenge on the group of people that she was in med school with that perpetrated this. Overall, I liked the film a lot. It went a lot darker than I thought it would go. It's not anything that I would probably rewatch, but overall, I thought it was a good film, and it's stuff like this is kind of necessary to kind of make people aware of situations like this.
Seems like some of your films are following a certain theme this week, Corny.
What's that? Sexual assault.
Don't do wrong by the chicks so they come back.
Oh yeah, no, you never. I believe in karma. I believe in karma. So whatever you do is gonna come back and
always tenfold.
I feel like it's definitely a necessary film, but I don't know. I felt it.
Have you seen it too?
Yeah, it felt a little short for me. You know what I'm saying? Just maybe in the overall execution, man. Because I definitely like this premise. Because after this thing happens, she goes out randomly and just puts herself.
Yeah, it was kind of several years later, but
but
to me it was kind of. One of the things she was doing in the beginning of the film is she was just pretending to be drunk.
Yeah, I was about to get to that. She's going out randomly and acting like she's drunk, and dudes pick her up or they take her home and try to take advantage of her while she's wasted, and she'll snap out of it and just to be like and confront them on it, call them out on their bullshit. Like, yo, what was your intention? Like, even we see the dude McLovin in here, you know what I'm saying? That was an interesting scene, the way that plays out. She confronts him, but I just felt like
but it was but on that it was just like random guys that would doing this with, and they weren't really involved in that, but
that was the thing. I feel like that's dope to have that in there because you're addressing that kind of behavior, dudes being grimy and creepy, but something about it just fell a little bit short for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the execution. Because as it gets later, it just, I don't know, man. I've just kind of lost interest in the whole premise, man. And even the way it finally comes to a head, I feel like they could have switched that up a little bit too, man. Because it just, I don't know, man. Something about it, just didn't.
Like I said, it's a real sad film, And
I mean, it's definitely necessary type filmmaking. I think it's great to get films like addressing this stuff, but something about it just didn't. I can't put my finger on it, right now, or maybe articulate it.
Yeah,
articulate it, but it just didn't sync up. And I feel like somewhere in the, in the final act of this, it got a little bit muddy in what it was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting to see people at least addressing this and putting that behavior on the screen and be like, "Yo, is this you? This you?"
Yeah.
You know,
You
because
that
I feel like a
fucking
lot of
creeper?
dudes are that dude.
Oh, that
And
dude.
that's-
Yeah,
and
man.
that's-
A lot of dudes are that dude.
And it's definitely something that's got to be, you know, addressed and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and put out there because it's just crazy, dude. Motherfuckers, dudes can be some shit.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Yeah.
No,
it's
yeah,
fucking-
you're right.
Especially when it comes to these type of situations, you get alcohol and women and a bunch of dudes. It's shit can get fucked up, dude. So it's back on me.
Yeah, I
Or-
believe so.
all right. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend people watch it though. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? You might get a different impression of it because, like I said, I definitely believe what it's addressing is definitely important, you know, subject matter. You know what I'm saying? So my last one today is going to be a film called Shadow in the Cloud, and this thing came out of nowhere, at least for me. Did you bring up the trailer? I forgot what the fuck happened, man. I think I was
Eric from Concentrated.
Oh
That's up,
yeah.
didn't he?
Oh
yeah, seen it.
actually nah. So I think I saw this trailer. Someone put it. It was an ad on Facebook, and I saw the trailer and I watched it. I was like, oh, this shit looks wild. And it kind of blew me away, dude. I'm not sure the director. Actually, I do want to address that too. So, let me see. Let me find the Yeah, so Roseanne Liang is the director of this. I think she's from New Zealand, if I'm correct. So this film's interesting because this thing I think originally was written by Michael Landis, I believe. And
Not
he
Michael
had a,
Landis. That's
or I'm thinking of Highway to Heaven.
yeah. Is it Josh Landis or
They don't even have him on the written by
Max Landis?
Max Landis, yeah. So yeah, and he got the controversy. I guess there was some sexual misconduct, you know, according to him, and I think that's why this film got buried in a way or pushed back. So according to Roseanne Liang, she actually finished this, man. Apparently, from what she said, Michael Landis' script was way short of what will be required to shoot this, so she actually had to go in and do a lot of the writing on it. She called him out because he said he uses the biggest font possible to make his shit look longer than it actually is, which I thought was real funny. But anyway, she completed this film. So this film stars Chloe Grace Moretz as a mysterious military agent tasked with transporting a secret package, you know what I'm saying? And I think this is about World War II era. And what's interesting is she gets taken in by his crew aboard this bomber who's immediately hostile. You know, she's a woman. You know, you think about this time period and this crew, they're immediately just hostile and jerks toward her. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of an interesting aspect. She's got to deal with that. But at the same time, you know, she's trying to navigate with her package, and what we find out is there's a fucking gremlin or two aboard of this plane attacking this plane. So it's all over the place. It sounds crazy, but I think that was just so cool to me because the mythology of the gremlins came around or came out of this era, you know, where even in the original Gremlins film, you know, there's a brief mention of it, you know, how the pilots at that time, you know, problems would go on with the aircraft, and they swore the Japanese were, you know, sending these creatures aboard their planes to attack the planes.
Not for nothing, remember that Twilight Zone episode?
Yeah.
John Lithgow.
Yeah.
The gremlin on the
yeah, going back to that, but there is a real gremlin, yo. So, you know, and what's interesting is they put her into the belly gun of the ship. You know, it's a little bubble gun that sits under the plane that a lot of these bombers had to, you know, fight against the enemy planes that would try to take them out before they could deliver their bombs. And it's crazy because most of the film she spins in that bubble, dude, kind of separated from the crew, communicating through them through radio, and you kind of get the Shatner thing going on where she's seeing the fucking gremlin alien and the crew doesn't believe her. And it's just a wild, fun ride, dude. It just, like, you look at the trailer, it's so outrageous, man. There's one scene that was controversial where she gets, you know, in the trailer where she gets blown back into the plane. And this is the type of film it is, man. You just got to abandon any type of Oh, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
Just sit here for the ride,
I
dude.
mean, if there's fucking ghoulies on the plane, I mean, come on.
This thing is really
Anyone who says that she can't get blown back up in the train in the plane, it's not realistic. You fucking
You got
see
gremlins.
fucking gremlins though. Come on,
this thing is really fucking dope, man. I saw this too. This was like one of the first films I watched going into 2021, and I had a blast, dude. It is for rental right now, which kind of sucks because you're gonna have to pay a little bit to watch it. I mean, they're renting it for a dub because it's in that kind of theater. You know, the thing they're doing with theater at home shit. You know what I'm saying? But I say give it a few weeks if you don't want to spend the 20. But it was definitely, I think you could buy it for 25, but that's still a little pricey to me. And maybe a couple weeks it'll go back down to a regular price range.
They're trying to get their money back. You can tell they invested. You can look at the trailer and tell that they invested money on it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it, man. This thing is really fun, man. It's really fucking well directed. The atmosphere, everything is done well. The special effects. What really blew me away too is the music. It definitely has a Carpenter style synthesizer. The Thing type soundtrack, like I went looking for the soundtrack immediately. It's not on Spotify yet, so this is be a soundtrack that I will buy on vinyl, dude. It's that fucking good, man, and just that dope, man. The only thing that bugged me out a little bit is Chloe Grace. She still has that baby face. You know what I'm saying? But she's good enough of an actor that she actually carries this shit, dude. I can't explain it. I would definitely like to see this director and her team up for more shit like this, man. I think there's potential for them to be a dope, a woman director, actor, action team, yo. That could be dope as fuck, yo. Just throw some more shit like this at us, man. Because this is like a really simple premise, but they squeeze everything they could out of it. You know what I'm saying? This shit is dope. Definitely check this shit out if you get a chance, man. Definitely. And I'm be adding this to the collection when it come out. I don't know if it's gonna be physical, but I'm gonna buy this motherfucker.
There you go.
So, yeah, that's what's up, man. Check it out. Shadow in the Cloud. What's up? Who next?
We all did our three.
Oh, we done?
I can talk about three other movies.
I thought you got.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna mention like a film that I revisited last couple of weeks.
What you got, man?
2009's Watchmen. I have the complete cut of it. Yeah. Overall, this is like a comic book that I overall love, and it's almost like kind of know it at one point, almost like most people know the Bible. But overall, with this film, they did a good number of changes in it to make it in the film, but I think it still holds up. And the last couple of months, I've just been going back and rewatching films. Today, I got finished watching Infernal Affairs, which at one time I liked that way more than I liked The Departed, but this time around, I didn't like it as much. With Infernal Affairs, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I know I loved it the first couple times, but comparing that to The Departed right now, that film doesn't really have anything going on. But like with Watchmen, overall, I think that this is probably the best thing we'll probably ever get from Zack Snyder. Overall, he kind of took his time having this made. He does make a lot of mistakes because I don't really think he follows comics like, other than like the visuals, because there's a lot of nice visual things, but one thing that bugs the hell out of me about watching this film is he calls the team the Watchmen. They were never called the Watchmen in the comics. That was just the name of the book, but they were called the Minutemen at one point, when they were together. But it's just little mistakes like that, and I don't know. Him interpreting things, but overall, I think this film holds up.
See, that might have been my criticism. Like, I feel like so much of it, like visually at least, was just kind of shot for shot out of the books. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the same thing he did with 300.
Yeah. And then it's got me to be like, no, you're good at recreating visuals, but how are you at really telling the story?
Yeah.
And I think that's why the the TV show kind of captivated the people so much because they actually kind of, reinterpreted a lot of what, the source material from the book was, you know what I'm saying? So it gave us something a little bit more newer to, kind of indulge in,
Yeah, I kind of wish that they would go through and retell the story on HBO, as like it is in the book, because there's a lot of stuff that happens in that book instead of
that's just dense, man. Like I read that comic a few years ago, and it is one of the greatest comic books ever written, you know what I'm saying? But there's so much in there, dude. It's so fucking much. Like
it's artists and scientists, you dealing with all kind of stuff. They go, they kind of give you a history of comic books in a way, and then a history of that world. But it's just surface stuff that you kind of get from Zack Snyder in this film. The TV show, I really liked it because it's a sequel to the book, and I just thought that was cool because you actually see the squids, the squid that shows up in New York, and or the aftermath of the squid in New York or whatever. I just think that's the coolest thing. But overall, I kind of wish that they would go back and, I guess it was Lindelof. I kind of wish they would give him the money to just tell his original story on HBO. That, to me, that would be real cool.
That's what's up, man. But yeah, I think that's it then. We could probably wrap this up, man, folks, and we'll be back. Probably going to keep up with our 2-week thing at least for the next few weeks or so. But then, we'll probably get back to our regularly scheduled stuff as the movies come out, man. We'll see, man. We got some big releases. I think we got Godzilla vs. Kong has been pushed up to March, so I'm looking.
That's actually going to be on HBO. So
yeah, they pushed that up a few months to March, and I think we saw a promo for that the other day too, man. Kong punched Godzilla in his bitch ass mouth like I knew he would. We saw some Mortal Kombat stuff because I think Warner Brothers or HBO Max put out that kind of sizzle reel with glimpses from a lot of the upcoming stuff,
man. And the fact that they're making this one rated R, like I feel like they're not gonna pull no punches, no pun intended. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. You definitely gotta capitalize on that with Mortal Kombat.
Fucking ain't right. Especially because that damn ass animated one was so fucking cool. If you're gonna follow that one up, you gotta come heavy with it.
I actually shared by accident on our page a trailer from like the web series that they were doing, and I made that mistake, and somebody called me out on it. But the pictures I've seen from it have been real good.
Yeah.
I kind of can't wait for it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. We got some more stuff on. I forgot about it, but I'll talk about it next time. That new Batman animated film that just came out too. It's kind of like a spoof or homage to Enter the Dragon. But we'll talk about that on the next show, man, because I'm done. I'm gassed out. But yeah, folks, man, thanks for checking us out, man. Like, subscribe to the videos. You know what I'm saying? FromTheCanopy.com for all the stuff there. Follow the Twitter page at FromCanopy, Instagram at FromTheCanopy, and you can email us any comments or whatever from TheCanopyPod@gmail.com. This has been Cory. You can catch me at MonkeyBlood on Twitter and Instagram.
Bobby Blockbuster. Still no Twitter yet, but I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't working on shit.
One step at a time. One step at a time.
I'm gonna make the page for you, man. And I'm gonna just deliver you the password because it's time. We got a new president.
Yeah,
we need new tactics.
I got to get right for the dub one.
New availability.
Yeah, got to get right for the dub one.
You can.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Don't let me down, Bob. You need to get a damn Twitter page. It don't take that much, man. They're not gonna hit you up for fucking any money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Cornelius Burrows. You can find me on Facebook, Cornelius Burrows, Instagram, Cornelius Burrows, TikTok at Cornelius 1976, and on Twitter at Cornelius 1976. One thing about it, if you want to friend me on Facebook, make sure you don't sell fucking Bitcoin because I hate that shit. Yeah. I think every now and then I think I got a new listener or whatever, or somebody's a listener that's maybe a fan or whatever. But I get to talking to you,
dog. Because
this
is like the second time you said something about that. They fucking with you, ain't they?
I don't know. Corey, you get
Bitcoin
Bitcoin people.
Yeah, I'm getting the amount of friend requests I'm getting right now from people who I have no mutuals with. It's scam season. Don't accept none of them. I'm just deleting them on site. Like it's just it's backwards, man. It's backwards.
If I see anything about a damn Bitcoin, I'm erasing you.
yeah.
I'm blocking you.
And yeah, these are y'all see how this happens? These are.
No, you gonna get on
I
damn
need to
Twitter,
fucking
goddamn
get on
it.
this
Yeah,
shit.
Twitter way.
You gonna get on Twitter,
I
goddamn
don't want
it.
no Bitcoin problems.
Twitter way easier than this Facebook shit. Facebook, the Wild West. I would leave if I didn't have to promote this show on there.
Oh,
but
okay. Facebook caused me problems back in the day.
But all right, folks, we out of here, man. We're gonna catch y'all next time. Peace. Stop recording.